Got my coffee, just had a burrito. This day is going to be a good day. So one of you guys asked me how I started getting into makeup, and to be honest, I already did it when I was around 12 years old. I went into my grandmother's vanity and she had this like huge sort of desk of makeup, and she had all of these different colors and perfumes, and it just looked so nice. And I just remember going in there and was like, oh my god, there's a lot of colors there, and I just wanted to dig in and play with it because I just found it so interesting, all like intuitively. And so I went in and just sort of did what I wanted to. That's a beautiful thing about kids to me, that they just go in and do what they want to do. They don't care about judgment. They don't care about people talking about them and like what people thinks about them. They just care about if they're having fun or not. So I, as any other kid, would go in and just play with it and just start putting it on my face. So I already started experimenting at that point, and from there I went a year later, and then I went and got the Garnier BB cream, and I just used that one for like 4 years. And as I said, I have mentioned that one as a holy grail here on my channel before. So I just totally went in and got that, and then that sort of evolved to where I'm at today. And like a year ago, I decided to, no, not like a year ago, a little under a year ago, I decided to start this channel where I just wanted to sort of share my passion for makeup with people and sort of help people to feel beautiful, and that was like the whole incentive behind this channel. So that's kind of my evolution, and thank you so much for asking that question. And please, if you have any other questions, please just ask them and I will be happy to give a qualified answer on that. So today is going to be my products I kind of dislike video, and I will go through the products as I'm putting them on and explain to you why I didn't like these products. Keep in mind that if you do like these products, I'm really happy that you made them work for your face. They just really didn't work for me. So, but we're going to be going through them, and I'm going to be putting them on, and you'll be seeing the finished result, which is going to be a hot mess. So stay tuned for that. So the first thing I'm going to be putting on is the Kiehl's Ultra Facial Cream, and the reason why I really didn't like this one, because I heard a lot of people talk about it and saying that it was like this amazing cream. But first of all, it's in a jar, so I kind of don't like that, and second of all, it doesn't really contain any beneficial ingredients, so you can't really justify the price of this, I feel. And also it will be sort of contaminated once you keep on dunking your finger down there. Actually, I used quite a lot, but I've used it like as a hand cream or something because I just needed to get rid of it. But anyways, we're going to be using it today because I really didn't care for it too much. So I'm just going to be taking a little bit of an amount and distributing that on my face. So the next product we're going to be going in with is the Benefit POREfessional Matte Rescue Primer, which is looking like this. This primer I really didn't care for because it says that it's going to make you matte, but I found that it really didn't do squat. It didn't do anything. It didn't do anything for my pores. It didn't do anything for the matteness of my face during the day. And this girl at Sephora, she recommended this instead of the POREfessional, and help her soul, because the POREfessional would have been the better choice, I feel. So I hope she doesn't give that advice to everyone. But anyways, this cream here, I really didn't care for. But we're going to be putting it on for the sake of this video. It's not that it's a really bad product, it's just that it really didn't do anything. Keep in mind that while I'm doing these videos, I'm not trying to make these products look bad. They just didn't work for me. So I'm going to be applying them as if I really wanted them to work, you know? I don't want to prove any point because there's no point to that. So the foundation I'm going to be using is the Kat Von D Lock It Tattoo Foundation, and let me tell you, I was that freak at Sephora that just kept on going in there like 20 different separate times and like looking at the product without purchasing anything. And they, like, at last, you know, this girl said, okay, can I help you with anything? You've been in here a lot. And I was so embarrassed. I never went into that Sephora again because I was just so embarrassed. I didn't know why I didn't just get it. I was just like so intrigued just going in and looking at it. Anyways, I was that weird freak. And if you're watching this, the girl at Sephora, I'm sorry for having been in Sephora that many times. But we're going to be going in with this product here. The reason why I didn't like this exactly is that it's just so heavy. It's just so heavy. It looks like a giant cake on my face, and I don't like looking like I'm wearing like 1,000,000 pounds of makeup. I just really didn't care for that. And we're going to be applying it with this huge blending sponge here, which is not as soft as the Beauty Blender. Actually, it's okay, but it's just not the same as a Beauty Blender. It's kind of harder and more stiff. So I don't find that it really pounces the makeup into your skin and really makes it merge with your pores and everything. So we're going to be applying just a little bit, and you're going to be seeing what I'm talking about. Why I didn't like this so much. So already I can feel that this Beauty Blender is just not performing. I don't like it. It's super fast because it's so huge. I mean, that's really a good thing though. But I got it at Etude House in Korea when I was there. Keep in mind, I'm not really using that much product. It's just the amount that's normal, just like a pea-sized amount. I'm not using that much product, but once it goes on, it just looks so heavy. I think, at least, it looks so heavy, which is not really for me. I like that really smooth look to the skin and not heavy cakey look. And I think this foundation, while it was very mattifying, it's just so heavy. Keep in mind, I do like other Kat Von D products. I really love her Shade and Light palette. I love her liquid lipsticks. I love her tattoo liner. She has some amazing products, but this one was just not good for me. And every brand does have these duds that just doesn't work for certain people. Maybe someone likes it, but this foundation was definitely a miss for me. So the next product I'm going to be going in with is this Wet n Wild Cover All Concealer Palette, which contains a brightening shade, a neutralizing shade, a cover shade, and a highlight shade. And the reason why I really didn't like this product is that it's just so waxy. It's so waxy, and which means that like once you go to put the concealer under your eyes, it's just so heavy to blend. And all of this, for example, like the green shade here, is just too intense. It's just too green, so it will kind of poke through your concealer that you'll put on top. And so with this sort of salmon color here, and the highlight really didn't do much. But I'm going to be demonstrating that right now. So we're going to be putting this brightening shade under my eyes. Just a little bit like this. And it's so stiff, I really have to get in there, you know. And I don't really care for that. Also, it really settles into your fine lines and wrinkles under your eyes, which generally you don't want a concealer to do, right? I'm going to be using a little bit of this green shade on the center of my nose and down my cheeks here, just to kind of counteract the redness of my skin. Actually, you're supposed to put this one underneath foundation, but it doesn't make a difference. Actually, it's just making you look so like green, and it's so hard to blend. Look, it's not blending. Even though I'm like pounding my skin, it's not blending very easily. And I'm gonna be blending out this under eye concealer brightener with this brush here that I didn't like at all either. This is from Etude House. It's really, really rough to blend out. Look at how much it's pulling at your eye. Don't like that at all. You don't want premature wrinkling under there. So this was just very waxy for me, and I didn't care for that at all. The concealer I'm going to be going in with is this CN liquid concealer that I reviewed, and it just has not been working out for me. It oxidizes so terribly much, and it's just settling in all of the wrinkles. It's so thick and goopy. I don't like this concealer. It's looking so heavy once it's on. It oxidizes majorly. It's just not for me. So I'm going to be blending in with this brush here again. And once it just goes on initially, it kind of doesn't look too bad, but wait for it to oxidize, and it will. And wait for it to settle in all of your fine lines and wrinkles, and you will regret that you wore this concealer to begin with. So I'm going to be setting my face with this H&M Immaculate Compact Foundation, which I also tried. And I had like the most terrible episode with this one. I just was training, and then I came out and then I put it on because I've just gotten it and I was really excited to try it out. Anyways, I put it on my face. And sometimes after you have had a workout, you're kind of like sweating a little bit still. And oh my God, the drops that was like down my face, they just made these like big sort of streaks across my face. It just looked so horrible, and I was like embarrassed to even walk in public. And ever since, I've just despised this powder. But the reason why I even picked it up is because it feels so creamy and it feels so nice and silky. But once it's on the face, I really didn't care for it at all whatsoever. But we're going to be setting the face with it today, and also the concealer, in hopes that it might not crease as much. Seriously, I already feel that I have 3 pounds of makeup on my face. It feels so heavy right now. Sort of like scratch it off. It's so much. It's so cakey. I don't like it. Don't like the feel of this one bit. So next we're going to be moving on to this Rimmel Good to Glow Soho Glow Highlighter or Illuminator. And the reason why I didn't like this one is that it's just so sheer and you almost can't see it. And next of all, it's so glittery. It's so glittery. It got like these huge chunks of glitter. And I don't personally like that look. I just didn't think that it really did anything for me. I don't know that the camera will be able to pick this up, but it really has that glittery feel, and I just don't like that in my highlighter. Next of all, I don't really like the tone of this so much. I feel like it shows up kind of too much. It's a little bit too warm for me. Maybe that's just because I got the wrong shade. And it also kind of moves the foundation. Can you see that here? It's kind of moved the foundation, even though I just pat it in like this. Of course, you could use a beauty blender, but I doubt that it would make any difference. And it just really didn't show up that much, I feel. So this is a dot for me. But we're going to be using it today because, yay, we're doing products I don't like. So the next product we're going to be going in with is this Rimmel Stay Blushed Pop of Pink blush. And the reason why I didn't like this color is that it's just not my kind of color. And also, it moves the foundation around, and it's just so hard to distribute. I don't even know how to put this on. We're going to be trying to use this beauty blender and seeing how that looks. But this is just too pink for me. I don't like this kind of finish on my blush. And also, it didn't pick up that much on my skin. I just don't think it looks good. It was also on like a really huge offer. They put it on in this like take it all for nothing section of the store, and I just don't like the color of this. It's just too pink for me, and kind of move the foundation around as well. So that was a dot for me too. So for bronzer, I'm going to be going in with this Sephora trio here, which has the blusher, the highlighter, and the bronzer. The blusher is actually okay. It's not the best, but it's all right. The bronzer here, it's so bad. It's so blotchy. It looks so muddy when it's on your face, and it kind of like balls up in these like small like patches of bronze. I don't like this, and the highlighter just doesn't show up. So I really don't like this. And there's another thing I don't like about it. Once you go in there with your brush, you can't really get your brush evenly coated, because the problem is that you will kind of like pick up the other shades as well, which is not really nice. So, but we're gonna be seeing how the bronzer works at this point. I just don't like it. Look, I can't even get my brush evenly coated. It's so awkward to be doing this. And just for good measure, we're going to be putting on a little bit of that highlight too, just to see if we can kind of amplify that non-existing glow that I have at the moment. Yeah, there's not a lot of difference. So I don't like that either. Now we're going to be contouring, and we're going to be using this Magic Contouring Powder that I bought in Korea. And the reason why I don't like this is that it's just too pigmented. It just shows up too much. Even when I go to pick up just the tiniest amount, it's just too heavy. It's just too heavy. I don't like it at all. And it's so hard to blend. Once it's there, it doesn't move. It won't blend, and it just doesn't move. And I don't like that at all. I was so intrigued when I saw this, because my thoughts behind it were that, I could totally travel with this. This is so easy just to go and travel with. And I don't like this light shade either because it's not light enough. It just looks like a normal face powder, and I don't like that because it's supposed to be brightening and it's not at all. So I don't like that contour powder at all. Look at how blotchy. There's just this big strip of contour here. It's looking so awkward. I don't like it one bit. So the final product we're going to be going in with is, and I know this one is going to generate kind of a lot of spur on my channel because a lot of people do like this. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow. And the reason I do like the formula, please let me tell you, I do like the formula. The formula is absolutely amazing and it sort of keeps your brows in place and is so highly pigmented. So the reason why I don't like this is just that it's just the wrong color. It's just too dark. So I don't like it at all. I'm not going to be applying it with this brush here that I got at Etude House. It was so chunky and it really did like put the product all over the place. But you'll see, you'll see. So this is very, very hard to distribute because this brush is too soft. It's just too soft to be doing your brows with. Even though they told me in the store that you totally could. But I don't think that it's good for that. Look, it's getting all over. It's getting all over my brow and then I have to go and wipe it away. This is so awkward, this brush. And now that I look like I have two big snails on my forehead, we'll move on. So now that I look like I have 3 million pounds of makeup on my face, we're done. And I just don't like this look. I want to go and take it off right now. It just feels so masky. I can just feel it on my face. And it's just settled in all of my wrinkles under my eyes. And I'm so pink on my cheeks and these big snails on my forehead. I don't like this look at all. So I'm going to be taking this off. But so much thank you for watching and stay tuned for the next video. See you guys.